Hello, this is the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Thank you so much for tuning into this video in which we will apply translations to the graphs of functions. So you can translate a function left or right and up or down. So if we take the graph of fx and we transform it to f of x plus b plus c, the number in the brackets b translates or shifts the graph left and right. It sort of goes the opposite way that you'd expect. So if b is positive, it actually shifts the graph left, and if b is negative, it shifts right. But this constant added outside the brackets, it shifts it the way you'd expect. It shifts it up if c is positive and down if c is negative. So the kind of question you'll be given a graph like this, a graph of y equals fx, and you'll have to sketch the graph of y equals f of x minus 1 minus 3. Now, to do this, we need to figure out which transformations have occurred. So this -1 in the brackets is like our b value, so that means the graph has been shifted 1 to the right, as I said before. Inside the bracket, it sort of goes the opposite way you'd expect. You'd expect, because this is negative, it'd go to the negative values on the left, but it goes the other way. So this is shifted 1 right, and the 3 outside the brackets shifts the way you'd expect. That will be 3 units down. So I want to shift every point on this graph 3 units down and 1 unit to the right. Of course, that would take forever if I shifted every single point. So look at points that are kind of special, that stand out. For example, this point here being an x-intercept would be easy to move. This stationary inflection point. Here the graph sort of changes into a line. Let's move all of those points 1 unit right and 3 down. So this point here moves 1 unit right and 3 down is about there. So this point here, the y value isn't 100% clear, so when that happens, you can just estimate. We're still going to move it 1 to the right, so x is -1, and then 3 down will be about there. So this point will be moved 1 to the right and 3 down to there. And this point here will be moved 1 to the right and 3 down will be about there. So then we can just join them up, making it look like this function here. So we end up with the graph looking something like this. Note that when you translate a graph, whether it's left or right or up or down, the graph stays exactly the same. These two pictures should be the same. Of course, my drawing isn't perfect, but they should be the same. Now this one here, this part of the graph kind of moves out of sight, so we don't need to include it. All right, thank you so much for tuning into this video. This has been the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Have a great day.